Hello? Ready for some fun? I always am. Let's watch, shall we?
Beetlejuice. I watched it. It's been many years since I've seen the original Beetlejuice movie. Of course, Michael Keaton, Winona Ryder, Catherine O'Hara, and now Jenna Ortega. But also along the ride is Justin Theroux, William Dafoe, Monica Bellucci. Really great cast. Here's the thing, though. Beetlejuice 2 suffered from pacing. It had some really funny moments. Beetlejuice was who he always is. Over the top. Insane. But the thing is, the story had to set up multiple storylines and subplots. And as it did that, it's to be kind, we'll call it a slow burn. But Beetlejuice 2 suffered, though, from the pacing. And my son told me, and he fell asleep during it, and he told me he fell asleep because it was boring. I recognized multiple subplots and threads that they were weaving throughout the movie, and I was along for the ride enough to allow them to come to fruition. As it suffered from pacing, they really introduced almost too many threads, too many subplots to the movie. And while they do get paid off in the end, by that time it feels a little anticlimactic, where in one location at the end of the movie, they then have to start Xing off one story, one villain at a time, and it seems like they just had a checklist. All right, we took care of that guy's taken care of, great, and then all right, we got to take care of this one. Oh, we got to make sure we get to the big musical number, which they do a version of MacArthur Park, and as a kind of a dream sequence at Beetlejuice, he can make people do things, and when he has power in the real world, you didn't get the payoff that the slow burn deserved. The cast was phenomenal. They did their very best and did it well with the writing that they had. Jenna Ortega, as usual, phenomenal. Some of the funniest moments are with Jenna Ortega. And she is now the daughter of Lydia Dietz, Winona Ryder's character, and she plays Astrid Dietz. Phenomenal. She's great. Winona Ryder, she does her job. It does it well. Catherine O'Hara, over the top, zany, crazy as ever, really great. Monica Bellucci was good as well. I mean, so everyone did their job well and did the best they could with the script that they were given. And yeah, this movie suffered from too many subplots, taking too long to get to them, and then having kind of a forced... And here's the thing, once we kind of tied everything off, we finally took care of all the villains, we put everyone in their place, and we've taken care of everything. Once all these things were taken care of, there was a repeat of a joke that was done earlier, and that felt forced. It was comedic, it was over the top, the effects were phenomenal and real. I'm really blown away, as usual, with what Tim Burton brought to us, it was not a CGI fest. He actually used stop motion. Oh, and beautiful stop motion. And it gives this very real look to it, but at the same time, since it's stop motion, it also feels otherworldly, like it's out of place. It adds kind of to a creepy factor to it, but I do love it. I'd rather watch stop motion for this kind of effect than some kind of CGI thing. The artistry and the craftsmanship that went into the stop motion characters. There's a plane sequence that's completely puppets, completely stop motion. And at first you think it's CGI, but it's not. No, it's all real. It's all shot in camera through the lens. It's real. And it's beautifully done.
It's the kind of thing that makes me enjoy movies. The tactile, the sets, the people, it all being there.
Well, I think using stop motion is one of Tim's things as a filmmaker.
Growing up, he was making his own stop motion projects.
He has an affinity for the art
and he realizes what he can get out of the puppets. He's an animator's director. He really understands the process.
And I told my son loves working with puppets. My son is very creative. And I said, that could be you. Keep doing what you're doing. And he wants to go make stop motion stuff now. And I've given him kind of a crash course in how to do it and how to shoot it and how we can edit it together. So he's probably going to do that. And I'm excited for him. I said, there's still jobs out there for you in this industry for true artistry and craftsmanship, actually shooting stuff through a lens with a camera at real objects that you're taking painstaking time to manipulate over time, right? Stop motion, where you move it, shoot it, move it, shoot it, move it, shoot it. And what you do is each movement of this object, whatever it might be, then appears to motion over time as each frame goes by. Forgive me for over-explaining stop motion, but that added a beautiful, real element to this. And had he gone CGI instead of, which would have been a complete sea change from the first movie, it would have suffered for it. So I'm proud of Tim Burton for that. If you're a fan of Beetlejuice, watch it. Why not? Check back here often at the Loudboy Experience, and make sure to subscribe. If you haven't yet, hit the subscribe button. If you like this, like it, share it with your friends. I'm Loudboy. This is the Loudboy Experience. I hope you have a good night.